Good afternoon, everyone. I'm trying a new way of communicating with you as there is a lot of information and some of it just needs to be heard through voice rather than reading words. So in this video, I will share with you about the paperwork that's due for our first co-op day, our updated COVID policy, and how we're all in this together. First, you will see in the email that there are several documents. It's important that you go through each one carefully. Included are the standard documents that you see at the beginning of every school year, such as the parent and student codes of conduct, or our beginning of the school year donation sign-up list, and then a reminder of what our discipline policy is. Next, you will find a new cell phone consent form, our updated COVID policy, a COVID waiver, and a mask waiver. Please read and sign each document that requires signatures and bring them with you to our first all-family day of co-op on August 23rd. All right, next up, the COVID policy. So, Agape has been working really diligently to stay abreast of the COVID pandemic. This unique season of life has required all of us to be flexible with the ever-changing and unpredictable circumstances that COVID-19 has caused. So, with that said, here are a few things that our newest policy says. First, we ask that all families participating in Agape Co-op be wise when attending classes and events. By this, we ask that you do not participate in classes if you or your child is sick, running a fever, or has been in close contact with someone else who has a contagious sickness. Number 2, masks. The CDC recommends that people wear a mask. However, it's not mandated by the state or by St. Elizabeth Ann Seton Church. Therefore, Agape will defer to families to make their own decision about mask wearing. Please communicate within your family and instruct your children as to your preferences. And then we ask that all members respect the choices of others. Number 3, social distancing. Please be advised that as of July 2021, St. E's has recommended social distancing when possible. Agape will follow that recommendation by doing the following. For morning announcements, chairs will be placed with extra space between the rows. We advise and respect families who may want more space to move their chairs. We will also limit the number of students in the classrooms according to St. E's COVID policy. And if you're concerned about your child's exposure when changing classes, feel free to have your child wear a mask during those times. That you are to instruct your children about the masks. All right, supplies. In an effort to lessen the spread of germs, we ask that all students bring their own pencil box and include the following items: crayons, colored pencils, scissors, glue sticks, and regular pencils to write with. The supply closet will still be available for use. And finally, regarding our COVID policy, we ask that you honor and respect one another. We understand that there are many positions and comfort levels regarding COVID-19. We encourage you to dialogue respectfully about your or your children's proximity to one another and in any other issues concerning the pandemic. This brings me to the next point. It's important that we understand that every day new information comes out regarding COVID. Our policy and waivers reflect what we know to this date. There are a lot of unknowns, along with a lot of differing personal positions. Please hear and understand that as we walk out this next school year, changes that could occur may be out of our control. When I say that, I mean our co-op meets at a building within St. Elizabeth Ann Seton Parish. They follow the rules of the Diocese of Harrisburg. The diocese makes their decision based on guidelines that they are given. It is important to remember that our decisions are not always completely ours to make. With that said, I want to express to each of you that you are all seen. You are all heard, and your feelings are valid, and they are rooted in multiple reasons and experiences. As a board, our first goal is and always has been to keep our community together. We still hold true to our statement of purpose, in which we will make every attempt to provide our children with educational opportunities. Our second goal is and has been to acknowledge the collective voice of our group to those who are making decisions. We will continue to do this. Yet as a board, we have a collective concern. The truth is, each family has made a commitment to Agape for this semester. Your participation is vitally important for our children to receive their classes at Agape. So without being cheesy, every single person matters. I just want to be vulnerable and honest with you at this moment. This past year and a half of swerving and pivoting has made us as a board a little road weary. We are nervous that if the COVID policy changes, some might choose to walk away from their commitment in teaching responsibilities, leaving us to try to figure out how to fill the gaps. And that may not be possible this time around. With all that being said, what we are asking of you is to consider that we agree on much more than we disagree on. And there's only so much control that we collectively have during this pandemic. We must make the best of the situation and remain together. All right, so let me finish with the following scripture. 2 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 11 says the following: Finally, brothers and sisters, rejoice. Strive for full restoration. Encourage one another. Be of one mind. Live in peace. And the God of love and peace will be with you. I'm really looking forward to seeing each of you this August.